Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the Sports Frenzy podcast, and we're here to talk about some football. And with me tonight, I have the team viewer, the man who says that Ralph is the godfather of coaching, none other than Shakes. I have the man that this man makes some predictions sometimes, and people laugh at them at times, but sometimes he end up getting them correct. Talking about,
Most times. Most times they are correct.
and I have the man that call himself the all-rounder, in which he's actually all-rounder because this man can talk cricket, football, NFL, basketball, whatever it is. But still, he's probably trailing Shakes and I because when it comes on to versatility, Shakes and I are top notch. Not for Kim
Huh?
feel in a certain way though, you know.
Huh? What? You and Shakes, what?
Come on,
Shakes,
come on,
Shakes,
come on, Kims. If we bring
Shakes
across the
don't
tennis,
know.
if we bring
Shakes
across
don't
the
know
tennis,
anything.
if we bring across the tennis, Kims, you're lost. If we bring it to
Crazy.
Formula
You
One, you're lost.
crazy. You think me last. You think me last. Because we don't talk about it. You think me last.
But big up to everybody that has tuned in so far, and big up to those that will tune in. So here is so we're going to start it off. Now, earlier on today, you know that top of the table was up for grabs in that group with Chelsea and Juventus. Chelsea were leading on the day. Going into the fixtures, that is, they had Zenit away while Juventus had Malmo at home. Now, Juventus got a 1-0 victory over Malmo. Expected them to score more than that, but boy, I don't know what. I don't know why these teams can beat up Malmo. Malmo don't deserve to be in Champions League, so I can't see why they don't beat them up. But they got a 1-0 victory. Now, you look at it and guess what? Chelsea took a second minute lead, right? Then quickly before halftime, they conceded 2 goals. After that, they turned it around through a goal through Lukaku, and I once again through the man himself, this man. And I keep on telling people, and Kims himself said it last night that I'll take him gladly over Manchester United right now.
What? Right now. Right
So
now, I'll take him.
I was there smiling because I bet on the game for them to win. So I was smiling, and boy, with just over a little bit of a minute to go, there comes Zenit with the equalizer. Chelsea finished second in the group. Now I'm going to start with Shakes on this one. Shakes, Thomas Tuchel, what do you think was going through his mind going into this fixture, knowing that if you finish second in the group, there's a high possibility that you're going to face a tough matchup come round of 16. What will you say about that?
Ah, oh boy. I guess a lot of people will beat Tuchel re his team selection on the night, right? But for me, um, I didn't necessarily have a problem with the team selection. Why? Because if you're playing Zenit, you're supposed to beat them, right? And if you have Champions League aspirations again for this season, then I don't see why, if you want to call it, probably like, let me see, one, two, three, four, probably five, six of those players you would call them first teamers, right?
Mm-hmm.
That will start week in, week out. That's actually a good base or core to work with, right? And just bringing some players around them. So I didn't really have a problem with the team selection. On the night, though, they were all over the place, right? Um, I guess they just did not, as in based on who came in, because they haven't really been playing together in as teammates. It was just disjointed by Chelsea. That is what I can say. It was very disjointed. So even during the game, um, Chelsea, I would say they were actually lucky to come away with a draw. Because if you really watch that game, I don't remember who the fellow was, but he got a breakaway when they were 2-1 up. And Kepa made a brilliant save. That was just before halftime, and they were basically slicing through that Chelsea backline. Even the commentators kept on saying that, boy, every forward pass is like you're going to basically lead to a goal, right? Um, so they were very lucky to be in the game at halftime. They went into the break. Um, I guess the manager spoke to them. They came out, showed some more fight, and they got the lead. But that third goal by Zenit, um, and the volley, my word, or half volley, I should say, it was a brilliant goal, right? So for the entire gameplay, I would say that the draw was a good result, especially for Zenit. If you were going based on performance, you would basically say, all right, is either a win or a draw. That's a double chance for Zenit, a win or a draw. But as I said, Chelsea were very disjointed on the night. But as I said on the previous show, not last night, the one before, on Monday, I said that don't look for anything sparkling from Chelsea for the rest of this period, as in the rest of December. Look for them to be re-energized come January, late January, February. That is when I see them making another push.
Mhm.
So if you want to look on it and evaluate, oh yeah, they finished second. I know that you might touch on it later in the show in terms of who they might get.
Yeah, man, don't
Um,
jump it yet.
yeah, but I believe that they can be re-energized come late January.
Okay. So here's Adrian Nichols is saying that too much excuses. And the manager will to blame. Some fan afraid to criticize Tuchel. Now, Kems, I want you to respond to that first, and then I want you to touch on Timo Werner because since this man has been at Chelsea, he has been Chelsea's leading goal scorer. So go ahead.
Uh, I definitely agree. Too much excuses, especially from that guy who just talk shakes. Because I can guarantee you, if it was a certain manager who had made all these changes and got these bad results, he would have come here singing a different tune. But we all have our biases, we all have our narratives, so I'll leave him with that one.
Kems, you're
Um,
wicked, you know. You make it sound like I'm a Chelsea fan.
hold on. Hey, Levan, make Devin talk. Hold on.
All right, David, go ahead. What you thought about the game?
No, like uh I didn't watch the game fully. I watched bits and pieces. But then when I watch I always like watch ESPN FC and CBS. They give like a report. So there was this guy. I don't know. One of them ESPN FC guy. He was saying, and I agree with him. And I'm just gonna use his analysis of the game and put in my perspective. What he was saying is, it's okay for you to like make changes and try to look smart as a coach, but not when you have something at stake. Like you were saying, like if you had fully qualified where no, they qualify, but where they top the group and there's no chance that the second place team can overtake them, you could make all the changes you want. But like taking out Thiago, Rudiger, no Conte, no Kovacic, no Jorginho, and
But
then
those players are
I
sick and
think
they
injured.
say
Kante
no,
is
no,
injured.
not taking out. He said some of those weren't available, but then Rudiger and Thiago, at least one should have played with, to be in the middle there. So the key thing is the main summary of what he was saying, he overthink the game, he overthink the selection when there was uh, something on the line. So
Mhm.
prior to the game, there was a chance. So this is my perspective now. Because I just go based on what he was saying. I didn't even see the starting lineup on, and I just saw some bits and pieces of the game. But like just common sense reason. I understand what Sheikh was saying, but like when you realize that, I guess you're gonna touch on it later, as Sheikh was mentioned, that somebody can overtake you in the group. You try and have at least a team where so okay, there's no way they can beat that. With that team that they put out, based on what I'm saying, trust me, they have a deep squad, but even though it's Zenit, you want to make sure everything is good so you can come out victorious. Look at Liverpool. Case in point, I guess Demo was here before and he was talking about they're going for a record and they're going for some money or whatever. But like everybody was saying they're gonna rush these players against Milan because guess what? They already qualified. There's no way anybody could catch them in the group. But they still feel that well, I wouldn't even say relatively strong team. A strong team, any team where Salah and and Sadio is starting, that's a strong team for me. So
So
So for
Oh
me,
yeah.
I think that
Mhm.
he got it wrong, and whatever criticism should be blame on the coach. You know, it is fairly it is fair. It's a fair criticism because they may end up playing a team that they don't really want to see in the knockouts.
All right.
But
Can
Kings,
talk. All right.
I'm done. I'm
So
done.
yeah. So sorry about that. So basic. So what I was saying, right, was okay. The first leg that they played against Zenit, right? They won 1-0, and it was the same exact thing. I think Lukaku scored the winner, and it was the same exact thing. Zenit played them tough, right? So I believe the coach has an idea how the Zenit team plays, right? All right, that's number one. Then number two now, obviously you know that you definitely need a win. You win the game, you go ahead and you go through to the group. But when I'm looking, right, I just went up and I just researched Zenit squad, whole squad, not starting 11, the whole squad. So the whole squad of Zenit, costs $191 million. And if memory serves me correctly, just the striker alone for Chelsea is $100 million, right? So I don't think there should be any excuses out there. Chelsea feel a good team enough to win this game. But they play like absolute trash. For the last 4 games, and again, this is why I tell people pump the brakes on this Champions Elite crap. Pump the brakes on that because um in the whole Champions League for those 6 games, they played 2 solid games where they look like Chelsea. The game against Juventus, where they won, I think 4-0, and then the game against Malmo that they won was a 4 or 5-0, right? But the last 4 games in all competitions, Chelsea look like a souped up Burnley. They don't look like no champions elect. They don't look like a team. They don't look like a world beater. They don't look like a team you're supposed to fear. And obviously that can change, that can change, but I just don't see it right now. I just don't see it right now. So the Chelsea that start the season very hot. I believe now, obviously every team have injuries, so we can talk about injuries, but every single team have injuries. And then I think we need to scale back on what we had said at the start of the season. Because we had said that, boy, the way this Chelsea squad deep, them can have 2 starting 11, 3 starting 11, and so. So I think we need to scale back on that a little bit because I don't see that. Again, you can say small sample size, but they were absolutely atrocious today. They should have won that game. That's a game you just win. You put Lukaku in the side, you have team up there, you have Reece James, you have Mason Mount, you know, you have good quality players. You just go ahead and you just win that game. You take the lead, you're supposed to be able to see out that and win 3-2 and you win the group and you're chilling, right? That is what champion elects do. When I came on, I heard Devin talking about Liverpool. See Liverpool find a way to win. Manchester City find a way. Even the Manchester United want to love laugh off, find a way to win the group. So I just believe that how I've heard about Chelsea all this time, they don't impress me. They never impress me from morning, but it's even more solidified now. That guy on the screen now, a lot. Levon, I told you how these people reason football. Everybody a big up Timo now because him score and assist. But he has long from the season start when he gets his opportunity. Obviously, yes, he missed some chances, but he has been doing a lot of dirty work that individuals are not seeing. He has been making some brilliant runs that drag defenders out there so the other forward can be free. He has been obviously beating players time and time again. But he just couldn't find the back of the net a lot of times. And I'm telling you, I would take that player, send Marshall, go over there. Send Al Cavani, go over there. I would take Timo right now and Manchester United because I believe that this guy has a lot in the tank and he can do a whole lot.
okay. Yes, Fabi friend is saying that talk of the town was Chelsea with the deepest squad. Seems they're not deep enough.
Yep.
Also said
Yep.
Jana in the comment section saying that on Chelsea website, the manager said because of injuries, you need to rotate. And that's why it's makeshift with players to different positions, such as Reece James, Hudson. Come on, man. Reece James never played that position. The man played his position. What are you talking about? And Hudson has played at wing back before, so it wasn't that case as if it was new for him. Yes, over the last couple of games, he has played as an attacking midfielder, yeah, but he has played as a wing back before under the said code. So, if you ask me,
Levon,
excuse
Le-
trying to be made.
Levon, if they played against even a Tottenham or so, would I say, well, all right then, cool. But come on now, man. Like you're playing against Zenit. Look at this side. Reece James. The only person would I say a Saul, because that man not deserve for their Chelsea.
But you
But
know,
Mercy, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say in terms of the midfield, when you really look at the
Uh-huh.
midfield with Saul, Barkley, Reece James, Hudson-Odoi, that midfield isn't really the midfield that you would start in any game whatsoever if you
I
had
understand.
your best players
Okay,
available.
okay, understood, right? But then, let us put things in its context now. Saul came off, Barkley came off, and they brought on Pulisic. They brought on what the next baller they name, right? So
ZH
yes, him. They brought on him too, and then they brought on Alonso
and Havertz.
and Havertz. So
Yeah,
you gotta tell me, so
that's why I said, Kims, that the game itself was so disjointed. So you see,
okay.
even though you had players coming on,
Mm-hmm,
it wasn't the right fit.
mm-hmm.
Because you can have players that have quality now, but you see, if you just throw them on in a game, especially that game where Zenit was actually competing with them, um, it was just never ever going to work. That's why I said, really and truly, the double chance would be either Zenit win or a draw, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea never deserved to win that game. A draw was the best result for Chelsea based on performance in that game, right? But
Mm-hmm.
as I said, are you going to blame the coach if he doesn't have his best players to work with, or are you going to blame the players who should actually step up against an inferior team like Zenit?
No, but then again, Shakes, again,
No, no, hold on,
I
man. Answer the question.
I'm
Which
going
is
to
it?
answer the question. I'm going to answer the question. I have to blame the coach. I have to blame the coach. The coach have to be the first. We can split the blame in a percentage, but the coach have to take majority of the blame. 70% of the blame. Again, I've heard countless times on countless occasions, this man is a world-class coach. This man is a top 3 coach. This man is a big coach. All right, big coach. You must find a way, get the players together, and beat Zenit. And I just think that. Like Saul, like for example, Saul now playing a ball from morning. From he came to Chelsea, he has been dirt poor. In a game like that, man, I put Saul in the game. I think he had played the other Zenit game if I'm not mistaken. But
Kim, stick
every,
up in, Kim.
But
Stick up
Kim,
in.
that's a
yeah,
All right.
game
If,
where
if,
you
if, if
actually
you're not
put
going
in
to
a
play
player
Saul,
minutes.
who would you play? Because remember that they're short in midfield right now. A lot of the essential
Exactly.
midfielders are out.
That's why I say you're calling names, Kims, in
no,
terms of talent. But who are
no,
you
not
going to
even.
put?
But not even telling Shakes because again, I better play with 10 than play with 11 and Saul because he has been that poor. Like not even a joke thing. Every single game he
And
has
I
played,
agree. And I
every single
agree.
game he has played, he has been dirt poor. So I'm
But guess
saying, who
what, Kims?
him take off?
When a man is having a dirt poor season, a team like Zenit is where you expect the man to improve his confidence.
Well, what about why him never play Alonso? Which point play because him take off Saul and put on Alonso. So would
Mm-hmm.
I say, and Alonso was good for him at the start until Christians and not Christians until Chilwell just come
Chilwell.
and dip on a piece of farm. So I'm saying you could have put Alonso there because Alonso has been a good servant for Chelsea. So I think he could have put in a way better shift than Saul.
Easy answer, Kims. I know what Alonso can give me in a game, right? Because we have
Mm-hmm.
seen that. However,
Okay.
you bring in a man on loan. He has come on in the 80 odd minute, I think the 88th minute in the EPL, and he has been taken off 2 times at halftime for the games that he has played in the Premier League, right?
That's Saul.
Yes, Saul,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
I know what Alonso can give me. I don't know
Yep.
what Saul is doing, right? So
Exactly.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, that this is the game where you actually put him in and say, listen, this is where I'm going to make the assessment. Is either we're going to say, okay, come January, we're going to see if we can cancel this loan deal, right? Because this is the time,
Mm-hmm.
you can't really play him in the EPL matches. So this
Yeah.
was the best game to assess him.
No, all right, but how about this shit? How about this now? Since you know that you need a win in order to go through, how about this? You start your strong side, you put some pressure upon Zenit, probably go up 2-3 goals, and then say, all right now, I could make some changes now. Saul, you can come on, Barkley, you can come on, etc., etc., and then you do that. But instead of you chase the game, and then when you catch up to the game now, then essentially, I don't know, run out of steam or whatever the case may be.
But you said
But
it, Kems. Demand them starting forwards cost a bunch of money, right?
Yep.
What did Lukaku really do in the game?
Well, apart from score, he didn't do anything.
Thank you, right? 100 million.
Yeah,
100 million.
So that's why I'm saying, in terms of blame, I'd have to give probably I do 60-40. So 60% the coach and 40% the players. Because again, from you take the lead, again, you're not playing no big side. You're not playing no Liverpool, you're not playing no Madrid or something. So you take the lead against Zenit, and say, boy, when you need a win for top the group, you see out the game. I remember Tuchel, I've heard that. This is what I've heard. When you can tell me if I'm wrong, I've heard that, this guy's going to create a team nobody wants to play against. This guy strong in defense, lock down the defense, and this guy with prison around there. And I remember, they can't see. They can't
you
see
can't use
one
this
goal.
game because he wasn't using his first team.
Hold on, the chief. So you can't see that one goal in the Champions League up to this game, and then this game you can't see 3. And mind you, he has played with Christiansen. No, you can't say that because he has played with that same back three before. So not like the first time this back three have played together, he has played with them before. So that's why
you're basically playing with no midfield. That's what you're saying, Cause you just say playing with Saul in the game is like playing with 10. That's what you just said,
I did.
Yeah.
But then who made
you're
that
already
decision?
a man short. So if you're a man short, you don't expect to concede goals.
Well, probably we're too short because Barkley ain't a footballer either.
Exactly. Barkley never did nothing in the game either,
All right. But I know Barkley put himself on the team sheet. I know Saul put himself on the team sheet. So that's why I say it got to be 60-40.
All right. So blame the coach for that then. Problem with that. But as I said, the players, I believe that were out on the field today should have beaten Zenit prior to the game, right? As we say, hindsight is 2020. But when we saw the starting 11, you would still have expected Chelsea to probably come away with a 2-1 victory.
But pre-this, right? Shakes, right? Remember I told you guys, I think it was yesterday or the day before. I don't think you guys were here. I think me and Levon did attack. And I said, hey, the last time they played Zenit, it was a 1-0 and them struggle against Zenit. They struggle. I'm going to say, there's not going to be a walk in the park, especially, going up to Petersburg or wherever. It's not going to be a walk in the park.
But one thing I want to say, Shakes, football don't work like that anymore to say, okay, all right, they play a weaker team and the team they put out, doesn't matter how much your squad is, they're expected to beat them before the game. Get what I'm saying? Everybody's playing football now, and you have to play the game. It doesn't work like that. Just like when Demo, I'm gonna go back to what Demo was saying with Liverpool was here, and he was saying he didn't think Salah was gonna start, but they're gonna feel a strong team, not like a young team, which is, everybody could beat it up. It's not like a third string team, and we see they put out a strong team, and then they had basically in terms of points and moving, and they had nothing to really play for, but they feel it a really good team. So a game like this, even though you're saying that team that they put out should beat Zenit, it's not your strongest team when you have something to play for.
Exactly. So good night, everybody. We just want to say before Kim's do it. Like, as may I hear a lot of Chelsea forget blame the coach, you get blame and all of this. Listen to me, Zenit were excellent on the night. They caused a lot of problems. They're playing at home and they were excellent on the night. That Claudinho brother in midfield, the man there run the show. So people coming like they don't want to give teams credit when they play well, like say, somebody win there them yard. Like what?
That's not how football works. That's why you must come on the show on time because I gave Zenit the praise.
Yeah, but when we just say here was blame the coach, blame the players that was put on the field.
No, because we're talking about Chelsea per se, right?
Yeah, but give Zenit them credit. They played well. They deserved a draw, and that's what happened.
They never deserve a draw. They actually deserve a win.
Even that. So why are you gonna blame the coach and blame Chelsea for the other team playing well?
No, what you mean? What you mean? Why? What do you mean why? Going into the game, Chelsea is a far superior team. Chelsea is a far superior team than Zenit,
So
right? Hold on. Nobody come with the attitude, right, as a boss. Just come with some respect and manners today. All right? Nobody come with the attitude, right? Chelsea is a far superior team. You have been one of them who have continuously bloviated about Chelsea is the Champions League. All right, no problem at all. I am saying it's not like Chelsea had nothing to play for. They had something to play for. So
Right?
all I'm saying is, if you're gonna come out, play the football the right way, play the football good, and then show we say, okay, well, boy, Zenit was really. But Chelsea not playing a ball today. Lukaku not playing. A Timo Werner was the only person. But Timo Werner and Kepa.
Kepa.
Kepa makes
Those were the
some
two
plays and
best
saved it.
Chelsea players
Yeah,
on the park.
so only those two players. So I'm saying that we can't decide say, okay, today we're gonna give a team credit, but then make it be a team like for example a Manchester United. Okay, we can't get the team of play Manchester United credit. We have to blame Manchester United. So we have to be fair in our assessment 100% of the time. Levon, let me ask you a question. The Liverpool side versus AC Milan, what them feel, right? The Liverpool 11 and the Chelsea 11. Which one of them team that you just say stronger? The total 11. Because
I'd say
Chelsea,
Chelsea.
you said Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
All right. And out of AC Milan and Zenit, which one of them you just say, well, which one you just say better?
AC
AC.
Milan.
All right. So that is what I'm saying, right? But some way, somehow, Liverpool find a way for win that game. So all I am saying, Chelsea, the champions of England, the champions of Europe, the champions elect, the best team out there with the best coach, when no other team want to play because this coach is so rough and tough. All I'm saying is just get it done. Now, I don't want to hear anything about Zenit. Zenit best supposed to be when Chelsea they in a second gear or third gear. That's supposed to be Zenit best.
Alright,
Levon,
That's all
so,
stop
I'm
this
saying.
nonsense now. You
so
can't mute
Kems,
him mic now, brother.
what
This
I'm getting from you,
nonsense.
Kems, is that alright. You would come here and say that, hey, I give Zenit props because they stopped Chelsea from playing football. If Chelsea played football, what you're
That's
alluding
what
to
me
is
talk about. That's what me talk about.
Bro, there's a lot of
Levon,
nonsense
there's a
him
rule
just
in
talk.
football.
Chelsea were just 2 minutes away from winning the game 3-2. And then because they were playing so well, they got a goal. And
Demo,
we are talk about.
And we
hey,
don't
Wait,
but you can't.
wait,
disagree
no.
with that, Demo.
Oh, Chelsea are so superior to Zenit. They're supposed to win. What nonsense? Manchester City lose to Crystal Palace and they're so superior. I know some
Yes.
football work,
And
brother.
we beat
So we're
Zenit
gonna
are
put that
playing
on
at
road then.
home. Zenit are playing at home, boss. And they were playing very well with the fans behind them. Stop telling me about them superior and them supposed. I know some football, go, brother. Points are
But
just
Levon,
you just
upper people, yeah.
Levon, you know what's very funny? Play this game 10 times. How many times you think Zenit going to draw the game against the same team, the same starting 11? How many times you think Zenit going to draw the game? Out of 10. All right.
Yeah, but Kems just said they struggled
but
to beat
but
Zenit
you're
the
right, though,
first
Demo.
time 1-0, and then him a come and say this now they're far superior. If you say
But
them
Demo,
struggle to beat them the first leg, how are they far superior to beating them this time with a weakened squad? That just don't make any sense, bro.
but listen to Demo. You made that argument a while ago, and that's why I love to save things in my head, you know. I remember the other day when Kims and I were talking about that draw with United and Chelsea, and
me
you guys
hear
said
him
that
enough. Me
Chelsea
hear
is
him enough.
far
Me hear
superior.
him.
And we said that is the final result that matters. And then you just drew for Chelsea were a minute away from winning this game. So what
How
are you
that
doing about
connects to nothing?
the correlation that you're saying that, you know what, a team can play better, however, and the next team could play less and still they end up get a result.
Yeah, but
So
what's the
Chelsea,
argument?
what I'm trying to say is that Chelsea on the day, Chelsea just weren't good. Zenit,
Oh
yes,
boy.
Zenit performed better, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I know like bad man.
Yeah.
If Chelsea had played, all right, honestly, if Demo I look like you can look on the thing very simplistic and say, okay, well, Chelsea was 1 minute away from winning the game, so okay, that means it. But me not look on it like that. Like I am saying that you're going to the football game and you see, and you know, say boy, you have to win. You know, say you basically have to win in order to go through. And I'm saying Chelsea not even play 60% ball game. So you can't say, okay, Zenit was excellent, but what is Zenit ceiling? What is Zenit? What is Zenit ceiling? That's all me talk about.
Levon,
Like
you know
Chelsea
there's a rule in there's a rule in the UEFA Champions League. It's simple. Inferior teams must always be beaten. And that is what you supposed to Man U about, right?
Yeah,
When
that's how
you
beat
get
them up last season, brother.
when
And that's why
you
they
get
put them up here this season and make
inferior
young boys beat results
teams,
against them.
you are supposed to beat them. That is what separated the top dogs and the top brass teams in the Champions League, the top four in England, the best teams in Spain, the best team in Germany, the best team in Italy, or best teams in Italy, right? And the best team in France. When you play bug teams, you're supposed to beat them. Remember, Zenit literally has no pedigree in European football, none. So you can't even use
Moreover, Shakes, I can add to that Zenit hasn't been playing crap in their league this season. They have
exactly
been consistently inconsistent. So it's not like they were playing any football.
So you are supposed to beat them. All right, congratulate them, give them their roses for playing excellent on the night. But guess what? Going into the match, who would tell me that, Zenit is going to score 3 goals on Chelsea?
Chelsea
Nobody
with that tough defense.
Nobody would.
Brother,
Why would nobody would when they have injuries and them number one keeper never start? Why nobody would?
Even if you were on the show last night, you would not have predicted Zenit to score 3 goals on that Chelsea team. And you know it.
Bro, you sound like some 3-year-olds.
Yo, we're going to start with Demo alone, Demo and Levon company show, because Demo alone sound like big man. Like,
when me hear them nonsense, I just don't add up, boss. Like, football doesn't work like that, bro. It doesn't work like that.
All right.
Demo, we know that football is not played on paper. It's played on the pitch.
Day,
but
Zenit
there's no way you're going to tell me that
really well against
you would have predicted them to score
who were
3
weak.
goals.
It's very simple.
All right, so yes, AJ Nicholson, a Chelsea fan, saying that team still was good enough today to beat Zenit.
Okay, and Zenit gets a lot of credit for that. Like, what the point? Exactly.
Now, I see again, Levon. I said it earlier, right? I've seen these 3 players in the back three where Chelsea played the Christiansen.
Tell us the game. When is that? When was that back three?
All 3 of them have played together before.
And what's the result? Tell us the game and the result.
Then Chelsea never conceded 3. And
what was the result? Versus who? Tell us now. Oh, I know.
Anyway, so Levon. So what right?
Guessing and spelling.
Okay. We can see what you say. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, like, Chelsea have played with this defense before. We kept around there as well, and they didn't concede 3. All I'm saying is that I just wanted Chelsea to play up to their level. They play like 50-40%, and Zenit play at their best, and that is the result. A draw game. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so here's a Chelsea fan saying that they actually played this backline against Brentford and they
nearly did. Exactly so.
But nearly don't play that football like that. No, don't give me that. Don't tell me about nearly.
Well said, Nick. Well said.
But let's move on because we have been on this Chelsea topic far away too long. Now, Devin is a man that come here and brag about La Liga and a regular, But I can't see how this team will pedigree, and this is where you're going to take your hats off or your cap off or even a strand of a year and give it to Kems. Because before the Champions League started, Kems himself said that Barcelona will be playing in Europa League this season. And I'll just have that graphic to the screen. Just look at that. There's the UCL line and there's the Europa League line. So on the day...
So you have a youth, right, Levon? You have a youth today in a lime green pullover. He was one of them where I say, same thing. You see, like him good love going on talk about, you talk nonsense. Same thing him coming and say.
Levon, I'm not going to allow this, man. I'm not going to allow this. I am not going to allow this, brother. I was the only one I was one of them who came here and said Barcelona are in distress when they have PK come off a bench to come play center.
No, that was after. No. Like, we said this before Champions League even start.
I'm not going to allow this, brother.
Run it, Kems. Run it.
I never said no such thing. I never said that.
Yes, you did. Hey, Levon, I say I go find back all of them clips saying about him come and say, your name love go on. You thought nonsense. Barcelona must make it through this group. And I said, there's no way Barcelona will finish this group ahead of Benfica. Obviously, we know that Bayern did not go win the group. But I said there's no way they can finish ahead of Benfica because they are in turmoil right now. I'm not even know say Xavi are going to take over the team because I was off the basis say obviously Ronald Koeman or whatever because that man is no coach. And the same people them in the comment section, the Sherwin, Bannick, and them man they say, no, yeah, you know them love, yeah, he that you don't know about football. See, you know, hindsight 2020, but we did have the vision before that.
You got it right, Kims. I can say that because I was one of them who said, "Oh, Bayern going to end up sell the game," right?
Yeah.
But who would have known that they wouldn't give Robert Lewandowski the Ballon d'Or? So you know, but you know how that Barcelona Bayern thing goes, right? But guess what? You see, this is another example of a big team versus a small team. You beat a small team. Barcelona right now is a small team. Small team, right?
Yep.
Where them basically have to go back for their former player to try to bring stability because they are so disjointed in the boardroom and on the field of play, right? And that's why I'm saying, Kems, yes, you got it right.
Yep.
Right? Because Barcelona, atrocious. Literally atrocious. Right?
Well, I'm say Bayern play with the man them today. Like it was like it remind me of the game where Man U they play against City. Or when City they give it 2-0, I think. Like I say Bayern play with the man them today, and honestly, me they feel sorry for Xavi. If I feel sorry for anybody, I feel sorry for Xavi. Come I say Xavi, you come take over that team and when you know that team is not good. Like you just know it's not good, but you just try a team. And you know, I'm really happy for Benfica. Because you know Benfica should have beat Barcelona that time, and did that player play to the level one?
Which one?
The Umber man or they missed the goal
But
against
I'm
Barca.
telling that man cannot get back a game for the man. Them. It's like in a year. But Shakes to what you just said, right? This was Thomas Muller after they defeated Barca. He said that Barca cannot cope with the intensity. Technically and tactically, they have it all. But at the highest level, they cannot match the intensity of the game.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts.
So you have a big team versus a small team. Barcelona right now is a small team in world football.
Yep.
And that is not an easy thing to say, you know. But guess what? It's just the reality. And we have to just accept it. Right? And the results actually reflect that, hey, guess what? Even against that Benfica team, they struggled. They were very lucky when you really think about it. And
agreed.
And I can't think of any season where you can say, oh, Barcelona, they were lucky to make it out of a group. Oh, they were lucky to win group games, right? You can probably talk about round of 16 and onward, right? But not the group stage. Barcelona is always the first or second team to qualify for the knockout stages. Always, because they normally win the first 4 games at least, right? So they're always, and them always get an easy group when you really think about it. It's just probably
so Shakes, let me ask you a question. So I know Levon want to read this quote real quick, but can I just ask a question? Can we admit that Lionel Messi was really the person who was keeping that Barcelona team together, like together? Can we admit that, or are we still fighting that?
What period are you talking about? You're talking last season?
That's last season.
Well, that would be obvious based on what has transpired this season. Yeah.
There's a lot of persons were denying it, and I said no. You know, so I just wanted, you know.
All right, and here's the man himself, Xavi, saying that I'm hungry. This is the reality, and it pisses me off. We have to tackle it face on. There's nothing else for it. A new era starts today. We start from zero. So Devin, he's speaking about them going down to the Europa League. And it's the first time since 2003, I believe, when it was known as the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
That was the time that they last played in this league. Now you look at Barcelona. What's happening with them, boss?
It's just that they lose players. The club is not the same no more. They're having problems in the front office all around. And then Messi's not there. They just lose a lot of players and he just have to start over. But this comment by Xavi, I'm glad you put it up. Like, bro, that comment should have been made when you just take the job. When you just take the job, you were sounding different, like he was making some promise. And I'm like, what kind of promise are you making with that team? Don't go into that. That comment that he's saying now, it should have been said from like the initial time when he
All right.
just take
You
over
have
the.
to inspire. You have to try inspire.
I understand why I was saying I try inspire, but like,
Yeah,
like you're disappointed.
Devin, there's
You
no
know-
way,
you know what
there's no
the
way
heritage-
you're going to go. There's no way you're going to go into a classroom that
Yeah.
have their quote unquote poor rated students,
Students
and
and
you
say
just look
whatever.
up and say, "Oh,
I
hi
understand that.
guys, I know you are poorly rated."
Yeah.
But no, you're not gonna say that.
No,
There's
You're
no
no,
way.
right.
you're gonna say that.
Devin will say that. Him tell us say we're done in the accounts class.
No, I never tell you that, man. I never tell that. I want him. I never tell nobody, man.
Yeah, so you can't really blame him for going in and trying
Yes.
to instill something in them, especially because he would have looked at the fixtures and realized, oh, we have Bayern in that last game, so let us try to work on the mentality of the players
Hmm.
to boost their confidence level so that they can probably try to get through, right? Because I'm
Alright,
pretty sure they would have been waiting for a draw.
All right, you remember like when I do initial podcast when you have it before I allowed other people to talk, like, and you were asking about the Spanish team, and I was saying I'd expected Barca to go through, and Kems was saying no, but then like later down, like when it was like close to midway of the competition, and then when you're putting up the rest of the fixtures and who they have to play, and then y'all start look at the matches coming up. I say, I don't expect them to go through. I don't
Yeah.
expect them to go through. I don't expect.
You're one of them that had them to
Yeah,
tackle.
initially, yeah, but like at that time, I was saying, oh, based on the analysis that the guys were giving, I was saying, oh my goodness, ooh, it looks sticky on them because playing Bayern, they weren't gonna get the better of Bayern. But then I know you're gonna move on to the rest of the Spanish team, but like I expect Barca to be there based on that. But Sevilla, man, Sevilla are not more than Barca. Man. Sevilla are not more than Barca.
Yeah, but let me just say
Yeah,
something
go ahead.
about the Barcelona thing. I think they only scored 2 goals in the whole group stage, and that's ridiculous. They're in the mud for a while now. But I must say that they started really brightly in this Bayern game. I thought they went to Europa when they never beat Benfica. That's where it ended because they were never going to beat Bayern away in over there in Germany. But they started really well, and if Dembele was an actual footballer, he would have probably got the lead earlier because I remember Depay put something on him foot like right in front of the goal and he skied it in the top tier. So they started well, like they wanted to win the game, but once those 2 goals went in, you can see them shoulders drop, everything just went down and them just submit to the defeat. So it's not like they never tried. They started, but Bayern is just too strong. So it's not even like the coach was like, we just put out a lot of academy players and whatever. No, so the man got strong and just wipe out all hopes after the first couple minutes. So they started with, they probably come out of Europa League,
They got
Where?
2 chances, Demo.
Yeah,
Right?
2 early chances, yeah.
2 early chances. But what you just said is basically what Thomas Muller said. Barcelona started well, but they couldn't match the
Can't match
intensity,
the intensity.
right? So
Mhm.
so they gave you a good 10 minutes, and that was it. And
Yeah.
it's
Dimo,
90
what do
minutes.
you mean that by they're going to come out of Europa? Pass,
Yeah,
man.
they probably
That
win.
belongs to Sevilla. Sevilla back down there, they're going to win that.
They
Because they're
can't.
like four times in the last 8 seasons.
The best thing for Barcelona right now, Levon, is for them to drop out of the Europa League
I agree. Focus
and just
on the
concentrate
league.
on the league because you have such a small pool of players that are half decent, 3/4 decent, if you want to put it that way,
And injury prone as well.
right? Yeah. So you have to try to condense everything. You
But
try
when
to
you say
limit
concentrate
the
on the league,
number of
what you mean?
matches.
I
Huh?
I disagree, Shakes,
Try
because
make top 4.
Oh, try
this
make
is no that
catch a 4th spot.
that's
Okay.
that's not possible. They're not making top 4, not possible. But I would say I better them try to win the Europa League because if them not win it,
Find a way go back in the
if them not
Champions
win
League.
it, because if them not win it, them will go right back at the Europa League because them will finish in a Europa League spot. They not finish top 4 at all. No chance. No
Yeah,
chance at all.
but Kems, can they really win the Europa League based on how they
No,
are
they
playing
can't.
now?
No, they can't. But they have to try. They can't
Yeah.
because
So when you think about it, you have better teams in the Europa League right? Even though it's knockout, but your
Mhm.
chances of beating so many half decent teams in the Europa League would be far lower than them beating the poor teams in La Liga.
But hold on the shakes. Didn't I see that they have this new thing where there's like a playoff, so you don't automatically go in a something for Europa. You have to play against another team before you can get in it. They have some new rule. I mean, see on the
No,
internet.
man.
I
Some
don't know
new.
about that.
No man, trust me. I mean, it is share yesterday, man. I send it to your level and so you can.
Barcelona going match up with somebody from the Europa League.
No man, I'm gonna
Right
show you,
now.
man. I'm gonna show you.
It's an interesting thought that you
One
have.
of the
I
second
think
place
you have a better
team.
chance of coming fourth than
Yeah,
winning
they're
Europa League.
winning the Europa. So I think they should go for that fourth spot.
We don't really talk about Bush League around here now, but you see right now, West Ham is the team that looks the best down in Bush League. So West Ham to win it.
Alright, hold on. So Levon, this is what I'm talking about. They said that the eight clubs relegated from the UCL would have to play knockout round playoffs against the eight runners-up from the Europa League group stage to qualify for the Europa League round of 16.
Oh,
Yeah, because that's the round of 32.
yeah. So
Remember, there's
30
a round of
games to
32.
16.
That's why I was saying
Oh,
Barcelona will play a second place team
Best
from
team.
the Europa League.
okay.
Yeah, as in, you can
Oh,
remember that you have that competition going on. So there's always an extra round for the Europa League. So it's not
yeah.
anything new. It has
Yeah,
always
Okay,
but
been
remember
that
that
way.
it has always started before the Champions
okay.
League.
Yeah.
When
Got
when
you,
even
There's,
got you,
there's
got
can
you, got
always
you.
a round of 32 just to accommodate the teams that drop out of the Champions League.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Appreciate the clarity. Appreciate the clarity. But right now, Barcelona better than Leipzig. Barcelona better than Dortmund. Obviously,
Most
Barcelona
teams.
better than Sevilla. I'm gonna say Barca win it.
you
But
stop.
hey,
West
where
Ham,
that
you can add West Ham
West
to it
Ham
too.
look better than Barca. Leverkusen look better than Barca. Even
Stranger Things,
Real Betis who
and I say
beat
Real Betis
Arsenal
beat
look
them out
better than
there.
them.
Yeah, a lot
Real
of the
Betis
teams,
beat
a
them out
lot of
there.
the teams. So that's why I'm saying that they stand a better chance of finishing fourth in the La Liga than winning the Europa League.
Yeah, the irony of the whole thing is Xavi decided to risk the start them versus Betis and lose, and then play the starters versus Bayern and still lose. It never make no sense. You need points in the league same way. So why you risk the man them against Betis? I don't know. It don't make no sense.
Well,
Facts.
they also need the money, Demo. So they wanted to reach to the Champions League round of 16. That would have boosted their ailing finances. So you have to think about that too. That could have been another board decision,
True.
in trying to get through to the round of 16. Europa League ain't gonna give them any money.
So I just want to ask a question for you, move. How them looking for buy Ferran Torres if them not have no money? I not understand how them thing work. Like if them so broke and all of that, how Ferran Torres are gonna get buy if we go out by Barca?
Because
Because
they
some
hoping
loan.
they sell players
Okay.
Yeah, hope say somebody come for Coutinho. Hope
and
say somebody
Dembele.
come for
Well,
Dembele.
no,
No,
Dembele going to go on a
No,
free, I think.
no, but no man. They said that they actually want Dembele to stay. They want him to sign a new contract, but he's kind of refusing to sign a new contract.
if I was him, I would have stayed because the performance him put in right now,
But I don't want
They
him.
say, I'm going to rub bench out
nobody,
another
nobody
4 weeks.
don't
But
want him.
nobody want him because he's always injured. Like why you not buy Dembele? The man make
Facts.
out of glass, brother.
But
But
that's
somebody,
Barca problem. Now. Barca signed too much scrubs because if you have man like Umtiti who is on big weight rubbing bench right in throat, because that man
Yeah.
can't get back a game for them, Because Arajo and what's it? Another youth name man.
oh man, peak if he left the ends. Peak
Uh-huh.
if he left, all of them man if he left the ends, brother, and the man them just need to start over. Shubo
And
PK,
even Eric Garcia that they signed, that was a waste of signing to
waste of signing. But
Well,
sometimes you have to appease.
but you
Go
see,
ahead.
Levan, it's not really a waste of signing to them, because because of the financial situation, they were trying to snap up people on the
for
low.
the free. Yeah.
Yeah. So even for January, they right now, you see, for January and summer, look for Barcelona to pick up a lot of players on the free. So players that we would never have as, oh, you really played for Barcelona in your career. But guess what? Barcelona is no more,
Yes, it's
right?
a Martin Braithwaite situation.
Exactly, right? From once you reach to that level, you know, listen, from that man went to Barcelona, you know, you knew that something was wrong at the club.
The
In terms
desperation
of the
that they go
structure.
for
Yeah,
go
the
for De
structure is
Jong.
just wrong.
Jeez.
Yeah.
De
So
Jong and Brathwaite
literally
lead the line.
anybody could literally get up and play for Barcelona now, and it wouldn't really be a big thing.
Yeah, true. But honestly, I take some of the youths from over there, you know, because the youths look like some good prospect. Gavi and Pedri and all those guys, they look
And
good.
Fatty.
Fatty.
Yeah,
Looks good, man.
them not really go down them players.
But nobody going to buy them either because they put some ridiculous release clause in this main contract. And before I move on to the next topic, this is something that I really want to ask you guys about. If I'm a player, I see what Barcelona is going through, and not necessarily Barcelona alone, like a club within itself, right? Because you're not bound to a club for the rest of your life. Why the hell on earth would I sign a contract with a release clause of $1 billion? How does that make any sense? Anyone of you can answer.
It's just well, most of them youths, you know, them come out of La Masia and them love
Yeah,
the
it's just
club
loyalty.
and them Spanish and them loyal. Like probably just that. Cause you can't see where the club ahead right now and things say. Like Barcelona look like them are down in the dumps about the next 2 years, boss. I don't know if 5, but for about 2 years. When Pedri and Gavi and Fati come and get old and start carry the load of the team, I think that's when they're going to start to build back up. But they don't look like they'll be up there anytime soon.
Yeah, it's just crazy though, because even Camavinga that signed for Real Madrid, I believe he signed a ridiculous release clause with his two, you know. So it just leads to think that these guys are 18, between the ages of 18 to 21. Why would you basically hold on yourself at that club? Because that's what I did, because if we're being honest, no club not gonna pay them ridiculous money for no baller.
No.
So
And
it's just
and
crazy on
and
these
Demo, why I put up 5 and say 5 years when you really think about it, the pandemic has has caused the significant strain, especially on the Spanish clubs and a team like Barcelona. If the pandemic continues where you don't really have as many fans, you're not selling as many shirts, you know, you're not getting in the right deals or the number of deals at the highest rate as they would normally go. Really and truly, in terms of a resurgence, you know, you can't see the resurgence in the next 2 years, you know, if the pandemic continues for another year, you know. So you basically have to look between 3 to 5 years for them to come back, because you also have to factor in, when will they be able to actually buy some players that have decent worth?
Yeah, fear.
Rashke like refer to Martin Brathwaite as the cricketer.
And guys, we don't need to forget. Remember, Liverpool were the ones who broke Barcelona. They've never been the same since that Anfield debacle. So we broke them.
Wait, say
You
that
believe?
4-0.
Was it?
What you mean? After that comeback, they were
Hold on,
already
hold on. Let me
The
try.
4-0. Yeah, it's true,
They
Levan.
have
It's
never
true.
been the same, boss.
Which one of the game was first? Liverpool or
They
the
won
AS
3-0
Roma?
first.
Yeah, man. No, Roma
No,
was
I
first.
mean, the Roma one.
Oh
Roma
no, man,
happened
the Roma
before.
come before, but
That
that
was
was
That was when
2017.
that was when it started for them, you know.
no sir. Oh, we break them, but it's fine.
That's when
Carry
it
on.
started.
Carry on.
But I'm going to look forward to the team that has qualified so far for the Champions League. Only one spot remain outstanding, and that was the game between Atalanta and Villarreal that was forced to postpone because of snowy conditions. The game couldn't be played. So here are the teams that has qualified. So as group winners, you know that City, Liverpool, Ajax, Real Madrid, Bayern, Man United, Lille, and Juventus are the group winners. And before I move over to the runners up, I just have to make special mention from my boy Angel Gomez, who scored his first Champions League today and also got an assist for Lille. So big up yourself, my young G. Um, runners up now.
Baller.
Runners up, you have PSG, Atletico, Sporting, Inter, Benfica, and the one that I just mentioned that is yet to be decided between Atalanta and Villarreal. You have RB Salzburg and Chelsea. No, man.
Well,
One of my team can get all the sport.
Levan. I don't know if I can make that big, you know, because I don't know if I'm my thing alone, but I can't see it too good.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
It's
I hear
clear,
things
man.
from you.
It's your internet.
Oh, mine? Alright.
Yeah, it's clear, man.
hey,
Is that any better?
No, it just looks small, bro. Like me can barely make out the name. But if for the foreign internet, it's fine. We talk to Spectrum.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
clear,
so
man.
Kims, you're going to say something. What are you about to say?
No, I was going to say, I see them disrespect, the same betting thing. Them disrespect Villarreal. Them give Villarreal $7 odds to win. On my
Mm-hmm.
betting side, see? Them give them $7 odds to win and $3 odds for draw. I'm gonna say I'm load up. Come here, say Villarreal can't lose to Atalanta. So I'm gonna load up. I'm gonna load up and then game go postpone.
Well,
So,
Just wait for
Um,
tomorrow, man. To
no,
lose all
tomorrow
that.
is a play.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah, so once it's not so condition, it's going to be played tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
man.
Kims,
Tomorrow. Tomorrow is a scheduled match.
listen, Kims. In common letters, the gods of betting are showing you a sign. Don't put your money on Villarreal, boss.
Exactly.
Well,
Atalanta is going to win that game.
no, sir.
Exactly.
Comfortably.
No. All right. What evidence is this? Where
but as a betting man, he can't allow that. He can't.
like as a betting Levan, as a betting man,
He
certain
can't
things
see
where
that
you see.
and
As a betting man, low that.
No, sir, I can't allow that. I'm sorry. I have to go lose. I
Me-
feel
me-
more comfortable I lose that than it go win. I'm never bet. I feel like I'm mad,
I'm
man.
with you on that. I'm with you on that.
I feel like I'm mad, man. We can't allow that.
All right, but
I know like Atalanta go play Malmo.
technically they are.
We see, well, them draw 3-all with young boys.
The form that Atalanta in, they might make Villarreal look like a bum team.
Atalanta can't beat Villarreal. Cannot.
Okay.
I tell you no.
Me not
All right.
something like
Kims,
that.
you kinda owe Shakes and I too much money, so we're not going to bet it tonight. We're just going to let this one slide. But
Shakes owe me money.
boss man, let's save that for our next day. But
All right.
what we're going to do is that Chelsea is a run out. Chelsea, based on the teams that has won the group, and City, Liverpool, and United has won their group, so they're out of the equation totally. And I don't think they cannot face Juventus either because they and Juventus are in the same group as well.
They can't
So
play
the
PSG.
teams again.
They can't play PSG either.
Yeah. I know that. So
Yeah.
the four teams that
Lille.
reckoning for them to face is Lille, Bayern, Ajax, and Real Madrid.
Jesus.
Now, for the Chelsea fans, and I'm going to ask you guys, which matchup you think Chelsea fans would actually prefer?
Yeah, man,
Of course, them go on Lille. Them would want Lille.
Hold on, Kims. Ask the peeps in the comment section to Levan.
Yeah, man, they're free to comment. I said Jana and Michelle, Haldan,
Yeah, man, no Chelsea fans there tonight, That's what I'm telling you.
Hey, Levan, I know Michelle want Lille. She'll go up on her knees, go pray for Lille. She definitely want Lille, but me, I want them get Bayern. I see them all talk down for Real Madrid. Say, oh, see, she say it there.
Or Ajax. You know what them get Ajax.
Wow, here's Adrian Nicholson actually saying Bayern.
Attack him, man.
Talk
Talk him behind computer screen.
Yeah,
Him no want Bayern.
Yeah.
Him no want Bayern.
But
you know that facing Bayern in February is not a bad time to play them.
Yeah, because they would be
because of their
winter
winter
break.
Yes. So if you want to play Bayern in the Champions League, the best time to play them is in and around that time.
No, I disagree with you, Shakes. You know why? Bayern is not like certain teams that take a while to get into shape. This is a team that get the ball rolling as a comeback, so don't use that as an excuse for them.
Take heed, Chelsea fans. Playing Bayern is not that hard. Liverpool has dumped them up before. We've gone there and we've whipped them three goals. So it is possible. Don't believe that it's impossible to beat Bayern. And they can beat them, boss.
As I said, in a round of 16 match, I would say,
you know that to be frank, that Bayern team isn't as deep as we probably
it isn't.
But they don't need
Levon,
you think they need to be deep, though, honestly? Like, let's be real.
Bench weak.
Yeah.
Their bench weak.
You know what, Kim? Remember that Sticks just mentioned it, You see, because of the time that we're in with pandemic and all of that. That is the reason why Kimmich and those guys are missing right now, because Kimmich tested positive back to back.
Yeah.
Goretzka is also out and all those guys. So it's because of things like these. So you notice that they have to draw for Tolisso and even playing Musiala as a basically a defensive mid in which you know that he's an attacking player. So
Levon, another way to look on it, right?
Uh-huh.
Say you X out Lille out of it. So it's Bayern, Real, or Ajax. Who would you say the team when you look at assess how they have played and the squad that they have? Bayern for me is a better option for Chelsea to be.
No.
You're
Yes,
crazy, man. You're
than
crazy.
even Ajax or Real Madrid. Yes.
No.
Chelsea match up well
Chelsea
against
beat-
Bayern.
If Bayern is an easy option than Real Madrid right now, and I'm a Real Madrid supporter.
No, brother. If Chelsea play Bayern, Chelsea have to play a perfect game to beat Bayern. Perfect. Chelsea right now, as Michel said, Chelsea want Lille or even Ajax. They'll take
No.
Ajax too.
Yeah, they
Kems,
match
we
up
kept
well
out
against
Lille
Bayern.
out of it. Why you talk about Lille? We
Huh?
kept them out. We kept them out.
Yeah, well, Ajax. They'll play Ajax. Chelsea don't want to see Real Madrid right now. Chelsea don't want to see Bayern right now.
But Ajax can ball
You
them
know
off
that,
of
you
the
know
car.
that, you know that, and to be, so to be honest, I know that Real Madrid isn't really unbeatable right now either. If you really look at it keenly, the thing though is that they have a winner, and this man is known to let teams play well in Champions League, so that is what is going for them. But if you really look at Real Madrid in depth, just like people are criticizing Bayern and say that their backline is weak and all that, Real Madrid also
It
has
is.
problem around by their backline.
True.
Listen, if Borussia Dortmund could score 2 on Bayern, why Chelsea couldn't go score multiple goals on them?
Can't use that, Shakes.
Shakes, you can't. Shakes, come on. You want everybody know saying so the football reason, brother. Like we see. All right, we see Gladbach give Bayern some wally. What you
5.
gonna tell me? Say?
Uh-huh.
What you gonna tell me? Say? You gonna say, well, Gladbach give them 5, so hey, Chelsea can give them 12. Come on, we can't reason the football, so brother.
Kems,
We know
their
better than that.
defense line ain't that good.
I agree on that because Upamecano is a walking mistake. I agree on
Bayern literally lives off their forward line.
Yeah. Bayern. One thing we know with Bayern have no problem of beating 7-4
Yeah,
True.
right?
or 8-5. No problem
Exactly.
at all.
So if you get a Chelsea team that can probably you take Lewandowski out of the game, why Chelsea can't beat them? Especially with Chelsea having
So
a
Shakes, you're sure it's in it, and I should have mentioned it just now. So you said that Gladbach gave Bayern 5, and an unknown name gave Gladbach. It's not 5. They actually gave them 6. That's
6
what
love,
Freiburg.
exactly.
Freiburg gave them 6-0 in the
6
first
love.
half.
Yep.
So you tell me that
Bayern conceding for fun in the league for true,
Yes,
man.
that's what I'm saying. Chelsea,
yeah, but if
Chelsea
you look
have
at
a good
Chelsea,
chance
Chelsea
against
conceding
them.
for fun as well too.
Recently.
No, all right.
But they're conceding.
But the thing is, all right, Demo. So look on it. I'm not watch probably a lot of football and so. But if you look on Bayern team, even for example, even last season when they play against Dortmund, always some 3-2, 4-3. The season before, always that when certain teams play, it's just a goal fest. But I am saying, like, me, I'm not a Chelsea fan, but me as a Chelsea fan right now, I could have winter break or any kind of break. Like, Bayern is just such a scary team. I'm not ready to see them yet. Let me see them in the semi-finals or the finals.
You
Then we
don't
can
want
figure
to
a
see
way
them
out.
there, Kims.
Why is that?
Because
That
that
is
is
when
when
they're
they're
the most
going to be really
dangerous.
clicking.
No, okay, but
And that is when they would get their players back to full fitness in terms of Goretzka and Kimmich.
all right, Shakes. But if
So
you
their
book
midfield
Bayern,
would be more solid.
no, but Shakes, if you book Bayern at the final, you're already in the final. At the furthest you can go. So it's like you just take a chance and you can look and win. I think Chelsea they play Bayern already, and Bayern they get a one whole heap of chance, and then just never score, and then I think a drag body score and give them the winners, or them they go penalty or something like that. However it
Went
did
to penalties.
Yeah, you got penalty. So like things like that can happen. But I believe over 2 legs, I'm gonna see Chelsea beat Bayern round of 16. I'm gonna see Chelsea beat Real Madrid.
Summer break, January, February, March, December. I don't see that in Ireland.
All right, so here what we're going to do right now. We're going to do our own draft. We're going to make the draw right. We're going to make the mock draw right now.
Right
So
now,
Man City.
so.
Man City first team up. Who do you think they'll face? Shakes.
Man City.
Frick. Oh, shakes, you see.
That'll be easy. Salzburg.
I
Man
doubt
City
it.
always. That's simple. Man City always get an easy draw.
Yep.
Under
Always.
16. Always.
Yeah,
I
that's
doubt
true.
it.
And I would probably say Salzburg versus Sporting as probably the two weakest teams based
Yeah,
on the list.
one of them the City I get for sure.
Yeah, so I would say
Everybody know what you man.
so I'm gonna pick Salzburg.
Okay. All right, Devin. Who for you?
I'm going with Man City. The Sporting.
Okay. Demo.
Yeah, I'm going Salzburg or Sporting today. It's one of those easy teams. It always happens.
And Kems.
Yeah, man, I go Sporting, man. Sporting. Do I get Sporting? No doubt.
All right. Next up, we have Liverpool, and I'm going to give that to the Liverpool man.
Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm ready for anybody. Anybody come dead. Like that's just so me feel right now in the Champions League.
Oh,
Anybody
yes.
come dead. But right now, let me see. PSG conceding for fun. We can get PSG Sporting, Inter, and who else?
Benfica,
All right. So listen.
Benfica.
Hold on. Listen how we're going to do it.
Atalanta.
Listen how we're going to do it.
How many
So
teams
once
you
you
can
already
get,
pick a
Dino?
team for Man City, you cannot choose that team for the other team.
Okay. So all right. So I'm gonna go Liverpool to face PSG.
Well done.
Okay. All right,
Walk them
Kems.
up.
I that's the same exact pick that I have. Because I know Liverpool gone home. So Liverpool against PSG.
As long as
Okay.
we're gonna get Atletico Madrid, oh, we can't get them because we didn't see him.
Where say who gone home, Kems?
Liverpool gone
If we
right
play
home.
PSG,
Yes, sir.
yo, the
Alright,
man
next.
can talk some stupid. Anyway, all right.
Next,
All right, David.
Pool at Atalanta.
Okay. So you have Atalanta making it over Villarreal. Shakes.
based on the history.
No, all right, sorry. Atalanta, Villarreal, whosoever.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Go ahead, Shakes.
All right, so based on the history of the draw, I would go with. It's gonna be Inter or PSG. I would say PSG too. And of course, Liverpool to win comfortably, probably 6-3 on aggregate.
All right, so
People forget the Firmino, you know, brother. They forget the Firmino and Neymar, the hard form in your boss, but it's fine.
I would agree with you guys that if Liverpool gets PSG, Liverpool will go through because PSG backline is like
Trash.
at 6s and 7s and 8s. So
Hot
yeah.
knife.
Hey,
true,
remember, Demo, beat Kems with this one.
Mhm.
Is Kimpembe playing?
That man now play. That man now.
But
Hey, every single show when we talk about PSG now, that is the first thing Kems asks.
Yeah,
Is
that-
Kimpembe out or not?
Salah will have a grand time. That's all we know.
Salah will be dancing if him see Kimpembe around there. I swear to you. Jesus.
Salah, Mane, Jota, all of them.
All right, so next up we have Ajax. I'm going to start it. Devin and no, not Devin. I'll start with Kems on this one.
Ajax. All right. You know, say, to be honest with you, we just feel like say Ajax are get Atletico. We just feel it. An attractive team versus a team where just annoying and stingy.
That's a dull team.
So we have Ajax Atletico.
Okay. Devin.
PSG.
Okay. Demo.
Yeah, I have Ajax getting Chelsea. I see that matchup coming.
And Shakes.
I'll go with Ajax versus Inter.
Okay.
Hey, when is this draw?
Next week, Monday.
Monday.
Next week,
Monday. All right.
All right. Devin. I'm going to start with you on this one because this is your team. So Real Madrid. What do you think they'll actually draw?
Boy, I'm on. Give me Salzburg, man. Me take Salzburg. Everybody wants to Chelsea. No business that who then get well. Me want you take the easier team. So all them big team like Chelsea and Pool, Get anybody who don't want and kill them. Who take Salzburg?
Okay. Shakes, what
You
say
can't
you?
get pulled still, Devin. Just
Hmm?
saying. You can't get pulled.
No, I'm saying like if that what Demo was saying, like for his big team pool, they can get
Yeah,
anybody.
man. You want
Oh,
anybody?
Yeah, I will take a Salzburg. I'm not gonna be that ambitious. I will take Salzburg.
I see. I see.
Sure in Banik, oh, you're saying Real Salzburg against Lille. Okay. Um, Shakes, you actually made a pick?
Real versus. I'm gonna go with Benfica.
I see Adrian Nicholson said the same thing in the comment
Oh,
section.
yeah. There you go.
Demo, what say you?
All right, so the Man City one I had said Sporting or Benfica, so maybe just give Benfica to Manchester City and then maybe give Real Madrid Sporting.
Kems.
So I think Manchester United get a new manager, so we have some new luck. So we'll get rid of all of the big teams them, so we can go and move on. So it's going to be Real Madrid versus Chelsea.
Okay.
Phew.
All right, Shakes, I'm going to start with you on this one. Bayern.
All right. Bayern versus Atalanta.
Okay. Devin.
Bayern.
And it's not hold on, and it's not either or because I have Atalanta to go through.
I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, since them want it, give them Chelsea. Bayern. Since them want it, and them can't back out anymore. Give them Chelsea. I'll take Bayern and Chelsea. I have no problem with that. That means Real Madrid won't get Chelsea.
All right, Demo.
Yeah, Shakes take my pick. I have Atalanta going through as well, so it's Bayern Atalanta for me.
Give them-
Kems.
Yeah, I have Bayern Villarreal because I have Villarreal going through clearly. So I have Bayern Villarreal.
I'm going to start with you on this one again, Kems. Man United.
Yes. Okay. No longer one about this team. I think it's going to be Man United versus Inter Milan.
I say no, but say you know, to be fair, you know that anywhere United book teams from over Italy, they always find a way to beat them.
Beat and teach. Yes,
Not
sir.
all the time still.
Yeah, of recency I'm talking about, man, because remember that
Okay.
they got Inter, they got AC and Juventus, and they beat all of them, and even Atalanta. Try remember, man. Come on. But
No, I'm just saying not all the time.
all right, Demo, what say
Yeah.
you?
So United will be comfortable playing against, souped up Stoke City. So they used to the parking the bus. So Man United versus Atletico Madrid.
All right, Shakes.
Well, based on the picks that I've made, looks like Man U going to play Atletico. Based on the
All
picks
right,
that I made, yeah.
okay, Devin.
Since me right now, I think long time. Man, you let it come after.
There you go.
All right, move forward and look at Lille. Who say you, Devin, on this one?
I'm giving them Inter.
Okay, Demo.
Yeah, so I think I have Inter and PSG left.
Mm-hmm.
Inter and PSG. Yeah, so Lille will get Inter Milan. Yeah, and then Juventus PSG. Yeah.
All right, Kems.
Lille versus Benfica.
Shakes.
Well, it will have to be Chelsea based on who I picked.
And with the final pick, your guys can just give me the team that you have to face. You just starting with Shakes.
My last team would be Sporting. Yeah, Sporting. No.
Okay.
Yeah, Sporting. Yeah, that would be my last team, Sporting. Because I
Devin.
called Benfica already, yeah. So
Yeah.
Sporting.
All right, Devin.
Juve and Benfica was my last.
And I believe Demo had the Juventus, what, PSG?
PSG, yeah, that's my last pick.
Kems.
Juventus Salzburg.
All right, so what's the irony of us seeing Bayern versus Chelsea and let's say a Man United against PSG? One Cristiano Ronaldo versus one Lionel Messi.
I'm more than surprised.
I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that yet, boss.
That would be excellent, Levon, for Manchester United to actually play PSG Why? Because Neymar will miss his customary first game in the round of 16.
Wait,
So
him a look for him sister?
But Neymar has
he's
been missing.
he's injured. Yeah,
Oh,
I know,
but him
but
give
you
me a
know
go
he's
look for him
injured.
sister. Sorry.
He's injured.
All
So
right. So
yeah,
Demo, he's injured right now, and
ligament.
come that time, he'll also get injured again.
Yeah,
Oh, when him
ligament
go,
PCL.
when him go for him sister.
Yeah.
One love him system.
Yeah, he
bad
always
video.
has torn ligaments. Based on how he plays
But
football. So he
you
always
know
has
you
torn
know that to
ligaments.
be fair, Shakes, I don't fear Neymar right now. No, none at all. I don't mind United getting Neymar.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
I
I'm
wouldn't
dead
really
serious.
say that. You know why? You know why, Levon? Because you just don't want come February they click in that game, right?
The thing,
Yeah,
And you
I
see,
get that. All right,
because
personally
we
for me,
are not
Shakes.
necessarily a top dog team,
Mm-hmm.
right? And even with the new coach implementing his style of play and his
Mm-hmm.
strategies later on in the competition, we should get better. So guess what? If we're going to face a team like PSG, it's better to face them early rather than later in the competition when you might have Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, all of them fit.
look
So
at look at Levan. Levan. Imagine Neymar as whatever he wants about him, Mbappe and freaking Messi
King Leo.
coming at Lindelof and Maguire. That trouble up,
First
man.
one, Neymar is not Neymar. Neymar will never be Neymar again.
If
That's
a
what I'm
50
telling you. Neymar is
a 50
washed up.
Levan, a 50% Neymar will bury Maguire. A
Brother,
50%
stop telling me
Neymar.
foolishness, some years.
All right,
50%
all
Neymar
right,
will not do anything to Maguire. Ralph,
all right.
yes, Ralph, the big red nosed puppet is going to drive some sense into Maguire. So by then, whatever
All right.
Neymar comes with, and remember that Mr. Champions League will be back by then too as well to short that defense. So what are you talking about?
All right,
Mr.
bro.
Varane will be back. But
We'll see,
if
boss.
if it was left up to me, I'd love to face either Inter, Sporting, or Benfica.
Salzburg too.
Even Salzburg. Those are the ones
Man,
that I would look forward to as a United fan. But now it's some
Rachel,
that
you don't want Atletico.
nah man,
yeah,
make Atletico play the football against a Liverpool.
Hey, you know,
Them
brother,
can't get
we
Liverpool
said that
can't
like
get
that.
Liverpool. They're in the same group.
I know, but what I'm saying is that a team like that they must go play against, man. When you can sit back and just sit on the counter. I don't want to face them. They
Yeah,
are
but
nagging annoying team.
I wouldn't want to see Man City getting Atletico because that's just going to kill the football.
Let us see.
Ah.
But who this is my final question on this topic. Like the players that have played so far. So we know that Lewandowski has played really well throughout. Mohamed Salah has played really well so far. So too Sebastian Haller. What do you say is the actual player of the group stages? Starting
The
with
player
Shakes.
has a top three.
Yeah,
yeah,
all right. Top three. Let's go
So
top three then.
you make it very tough.
no man, me have my one man. I'm going to give it to
Salah.
Sebastian Haller. He has been awesome. Like the man just has been out of this world. Nobody expected the man to be this hot. Ajax have been playing great football, and he has what 10? When I
10
remember
in
And
6.
10 goals.
yeah,
True, and the man has just been a monster. So I'm going to
Golden
go
Boot.
Haller. It's not hard for me. So may I go
No.
Haller.
Yeah, and before you go, Shakes, I know you're gonna list your top three, so let me just run before you. I definitely agree with Demo because I think I spoke about it yesterday.
Last night,
You know,
yeah.
yeah, since Cristiano Ronaldo do it in 2018, he's the first player to score in every game in the group stage. And again, if you're in the company of Cristiano Ronaldo, then obviously you're doing something good. So you'll definitely be it for me.
All right, David.
Well, like as I was saying, not to emphasize the point. This guy, Haller, Levon, I really don't know much about him, but it's just because sometimes I ask about some betting thing, not this season. And you were telling me about this guy, whatever. I'm like, who that ball of them, man? And you were telling me about him from that time. And then this season now, I said, wait. Even though Levon and other people who probably follow the game more than me knew about him from before, he just like take off and score. So like, just scoring for fun. So I'll give it to him. You know, because I think you told me about him a couple of seasons ago. I don't know. I was asking about some betting game. And then you were saying about it, and then I start taking him, and he just surprised. I don't know if it's a surprise to some people, but then we didn't expect him to be scoring that much. So I definitely hands down him.
All right, Devin, to answer to what you just mentioned, football is kind of like a job for me now. Sit down and study players, score the continents for players. But
That's right.
Realize my youth. That's some game when I ask about and some player, I say, oh, you know about them on the man. You can have nothing else to do.
all right, Shakes, go ahead.
Yeah, so surprise of the season obviously has been Haller, but the best player thus far has been Mo Salah, easily.
In the Champions
I
League,
won't really argue with you against that either.
Yep, very impactful. As I
And you
say,
know what?
Haller for me,
You know what's been impactful
surprising,
as well? That we haven't really
surprising.
been paying any attention to. You see that guy from Ajax, his name is Anthony. That guy has performed really well for Ajax this season, the Champions League.
Yeah,
Yep.
Ajax is more a team performance versus Mo Salah.
Wow, what that supposed to mean? Salah
As
is
in,
dragging Liverpool.
no. As in terms of the how Ajax play as a complete unit and the results that they have achieved.
Yeah, we're not gonna argue that, but carry on.
But we're at a stage at the show where I'm just gonna go around and give you guys 2 minutes each. So I'm going to start with Shakes. Go ahead, talk about whatever topic you want to talk about.
Oh, so guys, if you haven't tuned in, make sure you tune into the Ashes. It's going on right now, in Australia, right? Brisbane at the Gabba. England, they were bowled out for 147. Yes. Rain washed out the rest of the play. Now Australia, they are in batting, looking to try to build a decent lead. Hopefully Australia just bats one time. I am obviously carrying Australia for this game. So yeah, some surprising picks by the English team in terms of leaving out Stuart Broad and Jimmy Anderson. This is actually the first test match since
But
all the
they
way
said they're
back in
managing the workload for Anderson.
2006. Huh?
So they're managing the workload for Jimmy Anderson, so you will play some and won't play some. Remember that
Yeah,
man is
correct.
very remember that.
Yeah. But it's the first test match since 2006 in terms of Ashes test matches that you haven't had at least one of them playing. So that's 15 years of longevity and consistency by them. Unfortunately, as I said, they're not in the starting 11. So I'm just hoping to see more good play continue.
eh,
For those who worry about having to watch the test match or the majority of the test match while they are sleeping, guys, it actually starts from 7 o'clock. So you can tune in to probably the first 3-4 hours of the test match. Which you'll get some decent content.
hey, Shakes, let me ask you a question about a cricketer there. I'm a cricketer from England. He probably retired now. Steve Armisen. What them on
Yep.
there?
He's actually on commentary.
Really?
Yeah, he's on
A comment?
commentary. Yeah, as in he's an analyst right now.
I'm done already.
How what?
Done already.
Harmison? You sure you're not mixing him up with
Yo,
Finn?
Shakes, just make him lower the cricket argument. Just tell him to go do some
No,
research.
these
Mind
are
you mixing up the players, you know.
No, man. Armisen. The
But
one
Harmison,
time ago.
Already? Oh, him done
Hold on, no.
already?
Hold
Man,
on,
they
no.
hold
Harmison's
on
an
that man.
old man,
Hold on,
brother.
hold on,
Steve
no.
Armisen is 43 years old, brother.
Hold on, no. Hold on, I'm telling you, no. One time when I play cricket for Georges, we go over there, over Sabina Park, and him a run down quick piece of pace, middle of the pitch and thing. Some always I wonder that from that time then we just always remember him. So every time everybody talk about England, we just always ask about Steve Harmison.
Yeah,
See,
man. So he's on commentary. He's on commentary with Alice
James is
Cook.
doing? James is going back to Craig Keys with us days. Them days
Exactly.
they're back to the brother.
And Rob Key.
We need for ask games that how long if they play, how long ago he play cricket for Georges. We still a try to missing now.
Yeah.
Oh, me left Georges. Damn. Left Georges. left Jordan is 2009. Dang.
I asked the Amos to know that
But
2021.
since you
Yo,
asked,
something wrong with that.
yes, he's actually kicking and doing well in the analyst chair.
Okay.
Here's something there do the analysts too. Andrew Strauss and Van. I
All
like
of
them.
them.
I like
Yeah,
them
man,
too.
but Vaughan doing
Okay.
that long time.
Okay.
Alistair Cook. Alistair Cook is the newest member.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But before I move to the other guys to get their 2 minutes, Shakes, what thing I want to ask you about, and it's something that we need to discuss at some point. You have been running away from it from the other day, and the producer actually tagged the tweet, and for some reason you run away. That
Not
title
bother come
fight
with the
going on
Formula
between
One thing.
Lewis
Not
Hamilton.
bother come with the Formula One thing.
You
Not
need
bother
to
come
talk
with the
about it.
Formula One
You're
thing.
running away from the debate, but the producer say you need to stop running because when your boy was winning, you were loud and
I'm not
chirping about him.
running. I'm not running away from anything. Listen, every single night you have a chance. You say you are the host, not true?
Mm-hmm.
You can talk about anything you want to talk about on the show, and you don't ask me nothing about Formula One.
When last were you here?
Huh?
When last were you
Monday.
here?
I was here Monday.
Yeah, man, but
If you
remember
there
that my
last
brain
night,
was.
you could have
All
talked
right,
about.
listen, Shakes. My brain was on two things. One, EPL. Two, UCL. That's it.
So it's simple.
Remember
All
that
right.
was a very long show. So
So
now I just brought
all
it
right.
to
So
it.
it's simple. Anybody that is tracking Formula One right now, they're equal on points. Max Verstappen is actually leading because he has more wins, right?
Lewis need to keep his
But
ass
there is
man
one more race.
in Abu
Um,
Dhabi.
it's simple. If if Hamilton wins, he's the GOAT. There's no debate.
Okay.
If he wins, I'll admit it, right? If he wins, he's the GOAT. And
Mhm.
why I would elevate him to the GOAT is because of how he has come back this season with against Max, right? Even though technically Mercedes has the fastest car
When I
on the
want to hear that.
circuit. No, I know you don't want to hear that, right? Because remember, my retort has always been if you actually had Max in the car that Valtteri Bottas is driving,
Mhm.
which is why they're gone for is it Norris that they're gone for now?
Who's the goat over?
Go again?
Who will Lewis Hamilton be the goat over? Like who?
Schumacher?
Yeah,
Who's the friend?
Sherwin, remember him.
Schumacher?
Yeah.
Schumacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who you going to say? Ayrton Senna?
Brother, I'm not follow. Me, I'm gonna know about the name Schumacher and Lewis Hamilton. I'm not follow.
Right.
Oh,
Hear
oh.
what, hear what though. Hear
You know
what though, Shakes.
Schumacher from
We
long
can leave
time.
it for another show. We can leave it for
Yeah,
another
that
show.
is what I'm going to do. All I'll
Yeah,
say
but
is
I have
that.
no problem
Me still
discussing
to that
it.
debate there. But
All
me
I'll
just
say is
know
that
Schumacher.
I don't want to hear about a Michael Schumacher and whatever not. Lewis Hamilton is GOAT level and that man is the GOAT.
But you hear me just say that I will give him
No,
the
no, no, no. I'm not
GOAT.
talking about the season. The man is the GOAT right now. Argument close.
Ah,
David, go
Give me
ahead.
a,
All right, Kims, you want to shoot? Go ahead.
yeah, man, give me
can
a
go.
run, cause I have to booger real quick, but I have to talk about that absolute amazing performance from the Lakers last night. Um, LeBron in his 19th season, about to be age 37, still on top of his game. Last 5 games, averaged 31, 7, and 5 on 51% shooting. The man only played 14 games so far this season. The man is still an absolute beast. And again, they talk about Anthony Davis and guys, remember Sunday 7 p.m. we have a little basketball show, but we have to do a little rant. I tell you, say we need to get Anthony Davis out of town because that man is soft like tissue. That man is so soft. Like he has 17 points against a little man named Robert Williams and so. But LeBron
You
to
have
the
to call it.
rescue.
You have to call the tissue name. He's soft like brother Wen.
And
That's
then
what the name of the
Russell
tissue.
Westbrook now has cut down on his turnovers. He's now second in the league in turnovers instead of first. James Harden is first. So if Russell Westbrook can give me 4 turnovers a game, I'm good with that. But the 7 and the 8 and the 9, we can't take that. We have an NFL show on Saturday as well, and boy, Aaron Rodgers is doing his thing, throwing that ball. They want to give Tom Brady the MVP because he's 44, but him throw the ball 135 times more than Aaron Rodgers. So we know Aaron Rodgers is the better quarterback. Manchester United, I like how the coach, insert those little guys, give everybody a chance. Them look what them man the name again, Levan. Look at you, them a come on in at the 88 minutes, them Monday. Like how the man them get a run for the little Champions League stage. It was it was really something to see. Really
One
love that.
disappointment. Mata shouldn't play. Give the game to Shirt here.
No man, the
But
man
continue.
want to see what Mata before him put him on the
Mata don't have
coaching
nothing
squad.
to offer. But
Yeah,
continue.
yeah, but all in all, yeah,
Alright,
tomorrow.
you have nothing more to say.
Hold on, Demo.
Yeah, man,
Tomorrow
man,
cricket
man, like
show.
I'm gonna try and find something to say.
Yeah,
Wait,
man.
say.
Tomorrow cricket show, right?
We don't think no cricket show go on tomorrow. No West Indies now go on. So we're not sure about no cricket show tomorrow.
Oh,
The Pakistan series will start. We'll probably
okay,
wait till that.
okay.
Why you want to be a part of the cricket show? But I
I
understand.
don't want to be a part of it. Just want to learn. That's all.
But David, you can go ahead now with
All
your
right,
2
so
minutes.
each time within a minute from the other day, I was talking about the ND and the COVID protocols and the concern about players going to health and safety protocols. But then what I want to do, and I don't know if Shakes or anybody else can do some research. Some of these more and more players are going to health and safety protocols, not because they get the COVID, because they're probably exposed, but some players are getting it. So it's 97% of the league that's vaccinated, right? But then so many players going to these protocols. I'm wondering if a lot of these cases are what they call the breakthrough cases, whereby the people are vaccinated, but they are just still getting it because they just think they're vaccinated and not taking the necessary precautions to safeguard against this. And I was saying, I don't know, I was saying to Cork about Bulls. I like the Bulls team, and we were on the podcast there, and I said the Bulls can make it to the finals. And one of my main guy was because of DeRozan, and Kems was ranting about DeRozan should have come to the Lakers. And Zach Lavine was there, always there, and he was always picking up his numbers. Lonzo went down there. But even though a lot of people are going to say it's a small sample size, we always use that talk. Tonight against Cleveland, missing this guy named Sexton from early out at the beginning of the season, who was their leading scorer. And Cleveland just pushed them up. And DeRozan wasn't there because he was out because of this thing, and then that's why they get blown up by it. Second point I want to mention before I move on to this thing is the MVP race that Skims mentioned about. We talk about on the NFL show, but we were saying like Murray's there because I think his team has the best record as the quarterback. Rodgers' name is mentioned and Brady, and I agree with him in the point where they want to give it to Brady because of his 44 and whatever. But then one thing that we mentioned is like the teams that Tampa have left is like some bad teams. And against bad teams, you can put up good numbers and the numbers will look good. But I think they should look at the teams that Rodgers have left. They have a tough schedule. And the last time we talked about it, they didn't play Rams yet. And the man beat Rams, and Rams are a big time team. So they have to look into that. If say we have 5 games and I win 4 out of my 5 games and I have the harder schedule, they must look into that as against Tom Brady, who's going to play the weaker team, going to throw the ball, get like a million touchdowns. I'm exaggerating, yes. But you have to look and say, okay, I play the better opponents and I beat these teams. So Rodgers should duly get it. But we still can't ignore Kyler Murray because, they look at the team with the best record as well and how he plays for the team. So that's just my 2 thoughts.
Okay, Dima, shoot.
Yeah, so quickly, I just want to, big up Liverpool. I didn't get a chance to be on the show yesterday. The only English team to win all the games in the group stage.
Oh.
Big up themselves for doing that. FSG can smile. They got that money in the bank, collecting their money for wins. So big up that. But I also want to point out there's a little loose argument going around the radio, especially from one Oral Tracy. Like this man, he continue to embarrass Liverpool, continue to embarrass Liverpool players and fans, and I need him to stop. So I hope that he watches the Sports Frenzy show. The man is so clueless. Come on the radio and him bash Origi and a baller, Origi and a this, and Shakes call the man and I agree with him that he's a squad player, blah, blah, blah. So I just want to take this time to personally big up Kolchigi for his greatness towards Liverpool, and he's a cult hero on Merseyside.
All right, Dima, so the producer heard what you just said, right?
Yeah.
And Chris just said to me, say, "Yeah, what, Mr. Host? I'm going to get Oral Tracy and Dean out of a debate and
No,
stuff."
no, no. Me not debate World Trace about no Liverpool. The man is clueless, brother. Clueless.
Why you running away? So the man need
No,
to start.
no, because I have other interaction with him. I know see he's clueless. The man that try argue me about Curtis Jones. Like, bro,
Producer,
we not
Dean
keep-
Marrow, God.
yo, anyway, so
Where's the producer?
boss. You gonna make me finish, brother. So Origi has averaged a goal contribution every 55 minutes this season. Yeah, 5 goal involvements already, only playing 273 minutes. If you count that up, that's what 3 games. Zine, the man is vital to Liverpool. He has scored
But he's a
so
good
many.
player.
He's what? No,
But
but
that
I'm no. Listen to me.
uh-huh.
Origi, if given the chance that Lukaku has gotten the chance in terms of games played, he will be doing the same things. Origi has not gotten the chance to play as much minutes as these players. So you will not see when he was playing in full flight. For Liverpool, he was banging in goals in Europa League. He was leading the line for Belgium at age 17 or 18, and he was doing bits until Funes Mori broke him foot.
How old is he now?
What, 24, 25? He's not even that old. Or 25, 26.
He's
Zine?
26.
Yeah, so he has
Bro.
yeah, and he's very young, and he was doing bits until Funes Mori broke his leg in that Everton game, and that's why every time him see Everton and him start, bangs goals. Once
But
he starts,
I heard all that you have said, Nadima, but hear what though? You know that even though you have gone on to give a long explanation about all that, it still doesn't take away from the fact that he is a squad player.
no, yeah, but
You
he's
have,
a
you have
squad
to, you have
player.
to reason. Remember that you're hypothetically speaking. No, you're creating an hypothesis, right? Saying that,
No, may I give you the facts?
no, listen what I said. No, you said that had he gotten the opportunity that Lukaku and these guys,
Yeah, based off the fact that when he was playing, he was scoring a lot of goals for Jurgen Klopp in the system. Before we had Salah and all of these guys, it was Origi leading the line. And then Funes Mori broke his foot and he got injured, and obviously him have to come back and all of that stuff. Zine? So I'm saying, based off of that, the transition, not transition, what the word? When you go up, whatever, the projection of Origi was going all the way up until that broken leg. Now he has obviously fallen down the pecking order because he can't start between
but
Salah and whatever.
you know what determined that he was a squad player?
What?
The moment Jurgen Klopp went out and got Diego Jota, that signified it. That
No,
was
and that is no. And that is the nonsense that I heard Oral Tracy with. Don't fall in the trap at Oral Tracy.
Boss man, I can tell this much. I don't listen.
I was the
Well,
one that
yeah.
said that.
No, Oral they said that too.
No.
We hear you with the nonsense.
No. I
Chief,
was the
before you
one
call,
that said that.
listen to me. I listen to the program every morning. Before you call, Oral there said the same thing. And it was nonsense. I couldn't call to get it. But here's the thing. Jota was bought because he can cover all 3 positions of the front 3. That's his why. So when one of them Salah or Mane go down, he can cover. If Firmino go down, he can cover. Origi is a pure striker, number 9. Whenever Origi play left, he look like a fish out of water. He's not a wide player. He's
I
a
can ask you one
forward.
simple question, Dimo.
So wait, no, let me finish. So Mane and Salah don't get injured that often, and so Bobby don't get injured that often. But when they do, Origi needs to get the chance. Jota can cover all 3 positions, so him get the team.
Can I ask one question?
Cover the
Dimo?
front 3, not because him better per se.
Can I ask
So,
one
no,
question?
more and done. I wanna make my job my minute, brother. So I just want to big up Clutchy, and you know his average he's done really well for Liverpool. I also want to be special mention to Tyler Martin, who was excellent in that Champions League game at such a young age. Brilliant to be running the game and dictating play against AC Milan in the San Siro. Big up Nathaniel Naldini Phillips as well, who also came out and a big Cruyff turn in his box. And play that pass out. He was excellent on the night as well. And so me feel like a proud father watching all my youth players come and play so well for Liverpool. So big up themselves, and I feel very proud of the Liverpool team. Oh, by the way, Kieran Pollard has pulled out of the team because he's injured. So Nicholas Puran will be our captain going into those series.
I think Devon Thomas for the one day.
We might not have a cricket show because we have already been through the squads and stuff. So when the game starts, we'll get back with the cricket show.
Go ahead, Shakes.
Oh, I was gonna ask Demo if Elton literally you need to put up Elton's comment, right? But I was gonna ask Demo if Bobby Firmino was fit, right? Because you are the one earlier in the season that said, and I remember your exact words, right? You remember what you said about Firmino
Yeah,
versus
that is the
Jota?
system of Liverpool.
Thank you, right?
Yeah. So
And what did you say about Jota?
that he is the goals.
Thank you.
So I say if you want goals, you play Jota. If you want the system, you
So let
play
me ask you
him.
this. So at the start of the season, you never mentioned Origi. What
But
was he? A squad player.
the man is a squad player by name. I am saying Origi's true potential because he cannot get into the front three of Liverpool. If he's given the chance, you will see what he can do. Because what he
So
was
are
doing
you
before
saying
those guys came, his trajectory was all the way going up.
So
That's
are
all.
you saying, Demo, are you saying that you are blaming the coach for not giving Origi the chance?
Yes, that's
Because
exactly what I'm saying.
because he has the qualities to produce the goods.
Exactly.
So why
Because
didn't
he's
you just say
proven
that?
it time and time and time again.
So how me never hear you say that about the coach?
Yeah, but that's essentially what I'm saying. That he wasn't given the chance.
So hold on. So why didn't you come out and say, I blame Jurgen Klopp for
No,
not?
it's the same thing as me saying he wasn't given the chance.
No, it's not the same.
Who would have given him the chance? Almost the coach.
Yeah, but call the man name. Call out Jurgen Klopp.
Boss, I call out Jurgen Klopp every time on this. For not starting Simicas over Robertson, I'm not afraid to call out Jurgen Klopp, brother.
I know, and I've been on the show when you have done that, and I've
Yeah,
also
he
been in
does
the
it all
comment
the
section.
time. Even
Yes.
when Firmino get injured and the man just has his favorites and that's it. And now when African Cup of Nations is here, we will see what Origi will do. And people are gonna come and say, oh, blah 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 blah. But watch, when him get him chance to play, he will do
I
it.
agree with Michelle right here. I think Origi is better off the bench. You
Yeah.
have some players that they are just better off the bench vis-a-vis versus starting.
Exactly.
I just think that.
But people are saying that because all they do is see him come off the bench. That's the thing.
Yeah, but Demo, you see,
When Origi starts against Everton the other day in the Premier League, 2 goals against Everton.
but that's his favorite team, Demo.
Yeah, but I'm saying when he started against Newcastle, he scored the clutch goal against Newcastle when we won the league that year. Like when the man play, he scores, brother.
Yeah, but you see, Demo, what you're doing, you're picking 1 and 2 moments in a season, but a season is 38 games. And remember, I know
Origi doesn't start 38 games.
I know, right? I know, but remember, a coach is looking for a player that is going to go the long distance, play the long haul, right? And it is obvious that Klopp does not get that in training from Origi, which is what makes him a squad player. So, based on the pecking order in a Demo at Liverpool, if you have 4 men to pick from, Origi is always going to be the 5th player once the other 4 players are fit. And if you are 5th in line,
Elton, this is exactly what I said to Demo. This comment is exactly what I said to Demo, that even though Demo is arguing and making his points for whatever that, it still doesn't change the fact that he's a squad player.
But I said that he's a squad player now by nature, but he should not be. That's why I say he needs the chance.
Oh, so you said that he's a squad player?
He's a squad player by nature then. Because
you're making it seem like us saying that he's a squad.
No, but another oral argument. But me start off by saying the oral trees say man no good and the man the this and him not in the squad. And that may talk about, you know.
But when I just mentioned the thing about Jota, even them going to buy Jota and
but that's not that and the Origi thing to come together. That's not why Jota was bought.
No,
I know. Because he can cover the front.
No, I was just saying that Jota is a much better player than Origi.
Well, I don't know about that, but we'll see.
Of course he is.
Here I know.
Boss, the man can cover the front 3.
Seriously, Demo?
As a number 9, Origi is better than Jota by far. Clear. Because when Jota plays as a 9, he's ineffective.
Correct.
Playing on the wings, he's fine. So if you now compare Origi and Jota on the wings, fine, take Jota. But as a 9, Origi clear of Jota by miles. No question asked.
So
And
you
that's what Origi is, a 9.
hear what though? We're going to wrap up right now, and I'll say thanks to you guys for tuning in, and I'm going to beckon this until I see it start happening. I said to you guys that we need 1,000 subscribers by the 31st of this month, and I haven't seen it move as yet. We keep on giving you guys content, and you guys are not returning the favor to us. Why? We're here every night to do it for you guys, so why can't you just do something as simple as that for us? But thanks to all those who tune in, those who are still here, those who are here. Thanks to our producer Josh for making this possible. Thanks to Kems, Devin who are here. Thanks to Shakes. Thanks to Demo for jumping on. And guys, continue supporting Sports Frenzy until tomorrow, where I'm not sure what topic it will we'll talk about, But guess what? By tomorrow we'll know. Because we always know what to talk about. So here what?
That was
Until
Formula
tomorrow,
1.
stay safe, guys.
No, we
Peace
can't
out.
talk about
Enjoy the
that
rest
so
of the
early. We
night.
have to wait